This is Kabbalah Tarot with Danichi Lazuli, utilizing the Tarot Mucha by Alphonse Mucha, a famous European painter. This was a tarot deck that Lo Scarabeo created for his wonderful works of arts, utilizing, of course, the Waite school. So here I have a spread, and let's go and do Kabbalah Tarot. So, through my line of sight, I am going to translate this reading. Here we go. Here we go. Line of sight on. So the center shows what's happening in the querent's life. The querent being me. Okay? If you look very closely, you see the high priestess. High priestess represents the Hebrew word gimel, the two pillars, pillar of wisdom and severity, bet and yud. So bet is the house, yud is the hand. In one regard, you have the hand on this pillar, the Five of Pentacles, giving. It's about giving so much. On the other hand, you have bet, the house, which is generosity. The Six of Pentacles, 6 and 5. So the central theme is giving what? Is it physicality? No, it's spiritual energy manifested through physicality, you see? So this quadrant represents the vortex. I look at this as what is this itself, this entire spread indicating. In this regard, it is the high priestess. So spiritual development, the spiritual gifts. She is the vein, the life force by which the tarot is birthed. So she represents the keeper of secrets. In her hand, she holds the La Torah, Book of Secrets. And I love this depiction because it has her in the crescent moon, but the pillars seem to be petals or flowers, the fleur de lis, it seems. And so this indicates that the person or the querent is giving too much spiritual energy and needs a rest. In this querent, I look at this direction here, this quadrant rather, as the karmic section. The spiritual power and integrity coming through the Hangman card, major arcanum number 12. Hebrew word is mem, maim, water. And so through the struggle of life force, the fives is Gevura, and the tree of life meaning Mars. Through the struggle of one's life force, the emotional separation is occurring, and what's also happening is this person is receiving divine guidance and helping to quell the emotional integrity, you see, or rather helping to keep the emotional integrity intact, utilizing spiritual power, Martian power. Up here, this is what the querent is holding on to. You have the strength card, which is the Hebrew word tet, which means the serpent. The serpent is something which represents immortality because it has the ability to shed its skin and grow again. Next to the serpent card of tet, in personified through the strength card, you have the temperance card. To temper is to weld or to mix two chemicals, so it represents the alchemical fusion. This person is holding on to mastery over alchemy, and the Hebrew word is samech, which means to uplift. It's a prop, it's a stool, it's something that helps uplift through one's strength, spiritual immortality, through their vital life force energy. Next to it is the card of virtue. It's the Lord of patience and virtue. So this person knows that patience is a virtue, and that he or she cannot give too much of their life force out, that he or she needs a breather, the querent. Up here, I look at this as what God wants the person to do. One of my colleagues pointed out that the Chariot card itself represents mastery over all of the astrological constellations, where the Death card represents a purging or a peeling away of the old persona. The Hebrew word is nun, which means the fish, and a fish is something that's scaled. The Hebrew word for the chariot is chet, so this person must develop more of a chet. A chet is a fence or a protective veil to to shield off the harmful energies, while at the same time doing more research to in a sense temper or master one's abilities over astrological understandings and metaphysical abilities. And next to it you have the Lord of Dominion here in the Two of Wands. So this is a person who must develop more shieldings and study more to master their psychic abilities and also their astrological and metaphysical abilities to assist in one's endeavors. The final part of the Quarrant's test here is indicated in the what will happen quadrant. So what will happen, recognition for one's gifts and abilities in the Four of Wands, which is literally recognition or merit, next to the Nine of Wands, which is spiritual integrity and power. The nines represent yesod in Hebrew, which is the foundation, where the three earlier is binah, one's understanding. One has minimal understanding but still must master more. Here you have the power of Chokmah, which is in the wisdom. So the wisdom must be expanded and expressed to be taught. Now this person would be a teacher because you have the word lamed in the justice card. Lamed means an ox goad, indicating a person who should lead people to their goal or destination. The four in Kabbalah represents chesed, which is God's mercy, wisdom, and understanding. So this person must refine their abilities so that they will definitely teach, because this is what will happen without them being able to have control over their future. And so this person will lamed, teach or lead, and express or expand chesed through kindness, their spiritual power, prowess, and integrity. The majority of the spread is wands. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wands, which is the power of Gevurah. We have 1, 2 pentacles, which is wisdom, but the wisdom is not focused around money. It's in spiritual integrity, because you have the high priestess, you have the justice card, the strength, temperance, and the chariot card, along with the hangman. So that's 7 major arcana cards. 7 represents the power of Netzach, which represents God's victory, meaning also God's beauty, God's Venusian glory. And so that is something that this Quarrant must express. And so that is Kabbalah Tarot readings with Tanichi Lazuli. That's just a bit of what I do. This Quarrant was perhaps me. It's just a random spread, and that's how I break it down, utilizing the Tree of Life with the codes of Tarot and Kabbalah. Peace, blessings, and love. Thank you for listening.